Welcome once again to the OSCA Truck Series, and tonight we're here at USA International Speedway. I'm your host, Michael Goodman, and the Brew Crew are doing good. And along with me is our producer, Carlos Costos. And hey, how about those Marlins? They're barely under 500. We'll be keeping you up with... Oh, they're not under 500? Oh, they're not under 500. But we'll do more MLB updates, I'm sure, through the night, as tonight we have the Patriotic 150. We'll be seeing a lot of red, white, and blue here tonight, and maybe a little bit more here as well, as right now we're getting qualifying underway. And a unique thing we got going on tonight is for qualifying, it's going to be a average, 2-lap average of qualifying, as you see, Capiano spinning out. Having a little bit of a rough troubles there during his qualifying lap. Looks like Vincent Isabella has his car parked. We see some guys currently making their laps as they were finishing up qualifying here. And there's Schumann in the 24 machine. So tonight we have two halves, as always, 75 laps each. Top 8 will invert. And I couldn't think of a perfect track for the Patriotic 150 than the USA International Speedway. And if you're new to, I like this new graphics there. That's pretty cool. Got the car going on there as we ride along. The 75. And one thing I think if you've ran iRacing before, and one of the big things is you run USA International a lot on the see there we got Patriotic for Canada here. I knew we were gonna have some guys. That might be Hill Jr. I can't tell the numbers there. I knew I was gonna Robert Hill Jr. I knew I was gonna get confused by some of the numbers here tonight, as they are going heavily with the either red, white, and blue numbers, or in this case, the Canadian flag numbers. So people being patriotic to the schemes that they're running here tonight. So currently on pole here is Blake Barney, our defending champion. See him with, I guess, a red car for the America, red, white, and blue, but Big Kitty sponsorship as always on the car. But street stocks, this is a big one to run here for the when you first joined iRacing, a track I think many of these drivers get familiar with in the street stock. I don't know how many people have driven one of these trucks on this racetrack, so it's going to be a unique situation here tonight, as I think it's going to be overall a pretty level playing field. As right now, I'll see where Thomas decides to park that lap. And right now on the pole will be the 00 of Blake Barney for the first half of the Patriotic 150. Frank DeAngelis on the outside. And how about number 52 of Gabriel Edwards? He'll be running in third. Vincent Isabella will round out, the top 4, and Kevin White Jr. in 5th. So we're going to get ready to grid up the field here. See the flash bulbs going off here in the crowd. And there you see your starting lineup. Short track kid Austin Beers picking up a win. Mahoney Valley Speedway this weekend. Maybe he can relive that moment here tonight here on the short tracks. He's going to be looking to pounce. Johnny Eckert, I believe he's going to be, you see that American flag next to that 90, but I believe he's going to be another guy in the Canadian scheme. There we see the 05 of Robert Hill Jr. lining up in the 11th position. See that Canadian flag next to his number. So that's why we saw the Canadian flag out there for him. Dallas Myhand will start 12th. And then through the rest of the field here, David Westergreen. Remember when those Cubs had a 7-0 lead in the first inning? I sure do. Had to do it. Sorry, David. And Starting alongside him is Thomas Capuano, who did spin on his qualifying lap as he kind of looked through some of the rest of the starting field. And Riley Marabello, our points leader, back in the 24th position. So Meyer back pretty deep in the field here tonight. And he's always been a guy that's been able to work up through the field and see if he can make it happen here tonight. As you look through here, Dennis Weeks Jr., one of those fast outlaw racing machines, starting all the way back into 29th position. So some very good cars. Meyer deep back in the field, see if they can work their way up to the front. As the pace truck's going to lead them down, we should get about 2 pace laps before we go green flag racing here tonight at the USA International Speedway. And I believe another thing of note here tonight, I'm sure we're going to see lots of cautions here on a short track such as this. We might see single file restarts as per rule of the OSCA series on short tracks to try to kind of minimize the craziness that can ensue on some of these restarts. So single file restarts we'll see after the initial start here. And as always, the top 8 will invert to the finish of this race. Got 1 lap to go to green flag racing. You see Vincent Isabella rocking his Yankee scheme. I guess nothing more American than the Yankees, I suppose. I don't know. That's hard for me to say. So Blake Barney, our defending champion, will lead him off. He's a guy that needs a good run here tonight. Mired back in the points as of right now. He is currently in 15th in the points, trying to work his way back up. A guy who dominated much of last season, was always a front contender unless something happened to him while he was up front. But here we go, green flag racing. Leading him off for the Patriotic 150. Here's the first half underway. 75 laps, and right now Blake Barney getting a good jump on DeAngelis, and DeAngelis will clear Gabriel Edwards, and behind them it's going to be a battle between Gabriel Edwards and Vincent Isabella on that outside, trying to hang on as best he can. It's going to be kind of hard for him to battle as he's going to fall all the way back into the 6th position. Ooh, we got a caution here. Ooh, looks like Gabriel Edwards is around. It might be Vic Bloom as well, getting some damage in that incident. Looks like most cars able to stay, besides those 2 machines. Not too much damage doesn't appear to be on the 52 of Gabriel Edwards, but a rough start after a solid starting position for that 52 truck. Tight quarters here at the USA International Speedway. For a track that's 3/4 mile in length. Tight track here tonight for these guys in the OSCA Truck Series. See him, I think, just over braking a little, maybe a little too much rear brake, spins it out. Ooh, Vincent Isabella makes a little contact. And Vic Bloom on the outside, you've seen him on top of your screen going around as well. Is that Johnny Eckert that? See, there was a 90 of Johnny Eckert that went around. Oh, that was Vic Bloom in the 99. See one more look here on our replay here on 3 Wide TV. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Ooh, looks like Gooden got into him just a little bit. Sends Vic Bloom around, but he's able to keep going. Bloom now back in 13th. A little damage on that rear end of the truck, but again, a short track. Aerodynamics not that important here. We're riding along here with Walgren here and see what he saw. Cars up and down. Oh, park the bus. Able to miss everything. Loses a little bit of track position, but avoids any any damage that would have ensued with contact. And here's Hot Shoes Schumann here. See how he gets through this all right. He's already taking it wide. It's almost like he knew this is going to happen. Looks, everyone slowed down in the back half of the field. Pretty good job. We've seen a couple issues last week at Pocono with the ARCA brakes. Tonight, I think everyone kind of learned their lesson. Was able to slow down, get woed up, and prevent, you know, minimizing it to a 2-car incident there. So as they hit the line here, we're on lap 6 of 75 here in the Patriotic 150. Again, only a couple days away. The 4th of July coming up this Sunday. Ooh, and Carlos, 27 days till, that's I'm assuming that's Mexico? I'm just assuming it. Oh, I'm getting crap now.
Wow, I have to actually make my oh, we're green.
Oh, we're green.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's a spin. I didn't know there were 1 to go, so we're here screwing off here.
That insult really took me out of it. It's Peru, by the way. It's Peru.
Peru.
You're fired.
Peru. Peru is the Independence Day in 27 days. My bad. But I see a car went around. I believe that might have been the 96 of, no, but it's the 55 of Brandon Dollar that got into this. One of those 2 trucks were involved. Oh yeah. Just got on the gas a little too early, spun it around, brought out the yellow again. A 1-car incident here. Everyone else able to stay out of it. So it looks like we have a little bit of issues for, oh, there you see, just getting on the gas a little too soon. Spins it around just enough to bring out our 2nd caution of the night. We are still under 10 laps here, just about to take lap number 10. Once next time they hit the stripe. So early yet, a lot of guys still trying to get the handle, get the feel for these trucks here at USA International. Again, as I stated earlier, it's a track that you don't really run on too much in these Camping World trucks, Craftsman trucks. I was kicking it old school there. And right now it seems to be a little bit of an issue for some of these guys. A heavy braking going into these corners. I mean, I never ran trucks here. I don't know. I don't know really what to compare it to, but I would have to say, as much as you have to brake in these corners, it would have to be similar to a Martinsville, a little bit faster paced Martinsville. Not quite as much of a hairpin of corner as Martinsville would be, but I think you're probably driving it similar. We are 1 to green, so quick greens. I suppose no one's a lap down. Always got to factor that into the iRacing world here. As Blake Barney's still in the lead. Yeah, you know, I mentioned the single file restarts. I think that's what threw us off, Carlos, is the single file restarts. You used to see them double up before they go back green flag racing, and without a car's laps down, they usually try to make it a quick caution. No one on pit road as of yet, besides the cars that were involved in these incidents early on in the going here. They're coming back to green flag racing here as they hit the stripe on lap number 12 of the Patriotic 150. We're still early on in the first half. Thank you all for joining us. Blake Barney getting a good jump there. He's going to pull away by about a car length over Frank DeAngelis, who's always showed some speed, but not always getting the best of finishes. And Kevin White Jr. trying in 3rd position, trying to pursue get up into the top 2 positions there. See Austin Beers in 4th, the short track kid. Going down into turn number 3. I failed to do the shoo. I was late on that one. As we see some damage on Gooden's car there, you see on the right front. But again, here at a track like USA International, I don't think it's going to affect that truck too much. As we still see him holding on to that 5th spot, even the car behind him. Oh, at the back stretch, we do have a car go around, and that's the 27 of Nicholas Monticelli. And he's able to get going. See if he got any help, or if it's a case again of maybe getting on the gas a little too soon. 21 truck with Dustin Earl behind him, but yep, too much beans, as Carlos says, and oh man, hits the inside wall. He'll be fine. Doesn't even look like he has any damage. Yeah, that's a little bit of a pride. Hurts the pride a little bit. See him on the inboard, hitting that gas, and Slick trying to hang on and kisses the wall. Able to keep going. So far under our 3rd yellow here, and really no big incidents as of yet. Just a lot of ones like Carlos was saying in my ear here that more of pride, more of a cautions that hurt your pride than hurting the trucks here so far, and maybe some track positions for some of these guys as well. But hopefully some of these guys can regain some of that track position and get back up front and battle. As we still have a long way to go here in half number 1. Hitting lap 17 of 75. Oh, I just seen that Cubs car Western Green drive by. Come on, man. He got a little more red, white, and blue in it here tonight. So getting a little bit of patriotic theme. I guess he's. I guess he's. I'll see the Cubs aren't playing, but I guess Western Green is. Western Green's racing that Cubs, and he got lucky because the Cubs colors are red, white, and blue. And we're hoping you guys are going to have a fabulous 4th of July weekend. Be safe. Oh, and it looks like that Cubs truck's got a little bit of damage to the rear end, so maybe a little contact. Don't think that's going to affect him hardly at all. If it, last week at Pocono, that might have been a little bit of an issue. At USA International, he should be able to keep on trucking well enough here. So the Cubs are off today, but since we are the unofficial, we're getting updates here. Since we are the unofficial MLB live updates, I just got to say how the Brewers brought out those brooms. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Remember when it was 7-0 the first inning? Then what happened? Yeah. How about them Brewers? Love it. I'm sure Western Green's going to watch this back, and he's going to be very happy to see that. me and you both might be fired after this, and we are going back to green next time by. Coming to the green. Run the backstretch. As Blake Barney is going to head him down and lead him to lap number 20 as we take the green flag once again. Good start by Barney. Single file. Kevin White, how about that restart as he's going to pull the inside of DeAngelis. And they're going to be drag racing side by side down into turn number 3. And wow, DeAngelis hanging on as best he can on the outside, the best we've seen so far tonight. But White is going to clear him now. DeAngelis is going to have all he can handle from Austin Beers. And might see a crossover move. As DeAngelis crosses over, tries to get to the inside of Beers, and he's going to do so. And it looks like he'll take back the third position from Austin Beers. And it's going to be the position for Beers if he gets hung on that outside. How many spots when can he get back in line? Again, this has that feel, Martinsville feel to it. You don't want to get hung out. Ooh, and Dylan Good. Oh! He almost loses it going down, coming out of turn 2. Loses a couple spots, but able to keep that inside. So it was kind of a good move for him to wash it down the track instead of up. Minimizes the damage of how many positions he'd lose. He's fallen back into the 8th position. That might leave a hole there for Austin Beers, but Beers hangs on to that 3rd spot. It's good. Now he's going to see some rearview mirror full of Capuano. There's a German car there for the 90 of Johnny Eckert. How about that? This patriotic 150. Assuming he's got some German heritage there. Seeing a lot of unique paint schemes out here tonight for the patriotic 150. See right there, that's the 18 of, he had a, was the 18? Oh, it's Kyle Carlson, patriotic scheme there. And Vic Bloom, see that rear end damage he got earlier in the race, trying to work his way back up through the field. Currently mired back in the 12th position. You see the Cubs, David Westergreen in 13th. Capuano was just putting pressure. Earlier for the top 5, or Dylan Gooden actually was for the 8th position. Now he's fallen back to 10th, and he's in trouble losing more to Mayock here. Oh man, side-by-side battle coming out of turn 4. Trying to hang on that outside line. Making it work okay so far. Battle in the back of the pack here as well. No, okay, my scoring here is messed up, but we do still have Blake Barney in the lead. Well, there we go. I say for a second, mine said Austin Beers is leading. Something's going on funky with my scoring. Yeah, we'll trust what's on your ticker there over my score, as Barney and White are still up front. Beers trying to chase him down, but they have fallen back quite a bit till his front 2, but DeAngelis still putting the heat on that number 19 truck. Vic Bloom able to work his way back up into the top 10 after getting in that earlier incident. Actually, no, I think he's in 11th. My scoring is still screwed up pretty bad. You keep saying Blake Barney's pitting or something. And, but obviously, you see there, he's still leading. He's not pitting. Now, Johnny Eckert trying to catch the 19 and 69, trying to get into the top 2 here. Haven't seen much progress of our points leader. He has worked up into the 14th position, 92 of Riley Marabello. We ride on board with the 90, that German truck of Johnny Eckert, who currently is running in the 4th position. Alemania. Oh, Carlos, do you speak German? Oh, see, now he's laying Spanish, German and Spanish on me. You're confusing me. But here, Johnny Eckert out front trying to catch those two guys ahead of him, DeAngelis and Beers. So far, everyone's kind of single filed out. Everyone minding their P's and Q's so far. As after things settled down, after those first 3 cautions within the first 10 laps, I think smoothing out as Blake Barney does hold a 0.7 of a second lead over Kevin White Jr. See, Johnny Eckert looking like he's closing in on that 69 machine. And it looks like Edwards has some trouble, brings out another caution here. So trouble again for the 52 after a great start, able to stay on the lead lap there barely. And so far we have all 29 cars on the lead lap. Oh, net code with the 15 of Ryan Osborne. And unfortunately for the 52 truck, nowhere to go. Has some semi-significant right side damage to his truck, but should be able to keep pace up with these leaders. As you see right here, there's quite a bit of net code here. Oh, that's a lot of net code. See the 52 truck going down pit road, seeing if he can stay on the lead lap. See a lot of takers on pit road this time by, as we're a little over halfway through the first half. On lap 39, 75. Dylan Gooden kind of leading the charge here. Blake Barney, Kevin White, DeAngelis, Eckert, Rawls staying out. I think even all the way back to quite a few, I think. Back to 12th, Dennis Weeks stayed out on the racetrack. Some feeling track position probably more important. It's been hard to pass so far here tonight. Patriotic 150. I think for a lot of these guys with the fresh tires, they might have to use that chrome horn to get through the field here to make up some of that track position they lost going down pit road. And here we'll see kind of experiment, especially maybe for the second half, see what's going to work better. Is it going to be tires or track position that's going to win this one out? Blake Barney dominating the race here so far, leading every lap, all 40 laps here in the first half. A run that he, again, really needed. Our defending champion, mired back in 15th, just hasn't had the luck so far this season. Has shown speed as he has every week he's ran in the OSCA Truck Series, but hasn't had quite the luck as a lot of these ID racing machines, as they dominated last year, struggling so far this year. As we see Barney in first, Beers in third, and we do have Vincent Isabella after that earlier contact on our first yellow. He's worked his way up to 9th, so this could be a big momentum swing for those ID racing machines here tonight. So we had a lot of the usually it's the outlaw racing machines that have done well so far. Kind of the team this year that's been shining. See if Kevin White Jr., now that they bunched him up, does he have anything for that 00? Does Austin Beers, he worked his way up into that third position. Can he make a run at his teammate in that 00? I mean, I see red, I see white. Beers, truck's blue, representing the All-American Kitty, Big Kitty. I'm saying that's patriotic. That's an All-American cat, the crew chief. We get ready to go back to green flag racing. And Blake Barney leads him back to green. Oh, DeAngelis with a great run. Oh, A heavy block thrown by Austin Beers almost shoves DeAngelis in the inside wall. DeAngelis is going to lose several positions as he falls to 4th into 6th position, maybe even more. It's now the 70 of Davis Warren is going to put some heat on that 69 machine as well. And I mean, we're past the halfway point, but that seemed like a pretty aggressive block for that 19 to defend that 3rd position. Oh, DeAngelis is now, ooh, he almost lost it again. Maybe he got gun shy from that aggressive block from the 19 machine on lap earlier. We're now on lap 45 of 75, about 30 laps to go. We'll see here now that Vincent Isabel working his way up into the 7th position. And Johnny Eckert, seen him how he was pouncing on DeAngelis and Beers before that caution came out. He wants to get into that top 3. He's our number 2 man in points, trying to capitalize on the bad qualifying run by the 92 of Riley Marbello, trying to get as many positions as he can. He's got that bumper of Big Kitty right in his windshield, and now he's going to look and put it in his rear view mirrors. He's going to look low, but he couldn't make the pass. Couldn't quite get his nose in there. And we do have a caution. I believe someone went around, and that's the 18, Carlson. Ooh, a couple cars going around. This one looks to be a little bit bigger than what it was before, what we've seen so far here tonight. Dylan Gooden getting involved there, I believe. The 70 of Davis Warren. Take a look at Carlson, knowing he got involved here. This car is getting a little happy out of the corners here. If you get a little too much gas. Ooh, another net coat it almost looks like there between the 05 and the 18. Causing that spin. Almost looks simultaneously something happened on the backstretch there as well. So here we'll take a look at it. Ooh, the 36 of, oh, Walker Thomas getting involved. My hand. That was kind of the big one there happening at the same time. So Dewar got sideways trying to avoid the wreck. I think he missed everything. Thomas here running on the outside, trying to get as much positions as he could. But then with that contact, nowhere to go. Boom. Heavy contact for the 83. Johnny Thomas. As Kyle Walgren was the one who did go around in that 36 machine. Almost going 3 wide into the corner there. That's not going to work here. USA. Oh, Hill. So he dodged a bullet out of the 1-3 wide situation, making a little bit of contact with that second incident on the backstretch. Here we're going to look to see what happened to Dallas Myhand here. He got involved there as well. Dylan Gooden just getting in the back of him, kissing the inside wall. Ooh, Dewar gets a little kiss on the back end of the 41. I think both trucks will be able to keep on rolling. And still now hitting 25 laps to go here. Blake Barney still your leader. As now I think we'll finally have 2 laps to go to green. Again, this is the first half. Top 8 will invert. As of right now, Thomas Capuano looks to be in position to get on the pole, but again, a lot of racing to go here. And it's going to be interesting to see if anyone's going to use their chrome horns to try to gain that ever so important track position. We've seen a very aggressive block by the 19 of Austin Beers on that last restart. And it might be a move that you might have to make to try to defend some of these moves that drivers make, and we might see a lot more calamity as this half ends. Again, you're watching the Patriotic 150 here on 3 Wide Television. Thank you once again for tuning in here tonight. See a lot of the red, white, and blue machines in this field, but we have red one up front in Blake Barney as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. Barney will lead him off. DeAngelis looks like he got a little loose there on the restart, maybe spun the tires a bit. He's back in the 5th position. Your top 4 remains the same of Barney, White, Beers, and Eckert. You see Vincent Isabella in that 7th position, working his way back up through the field after getting involved in that first caution. And again, another guy involved in that first caution was the 99 of Vic Bloom. He's worked his way back into the top 10. Now he's in 10th. I think I see a theme here for the outlaw racing guys. So we got a German scheme. I think we had a Canadian theme and USA teams theme. So all those guys join up themes here. I got you now. As we are now coming to 20 laps to go here in half number 1, and DeAngelis trying to get back. Oh, makes a little contact with the 90 of Johnny Eckert as he goes around. He's going to back into the outside wall as we have another caution. And man, oh man, oh, Johnny Eckert, I don't think he's too happy after that contact, but it's been so hard to pass here. It's just a product of short track racing. Sometimes the only way is just to stick your nose in there, see if it's gonna work. As you'll see, DeAngelis will set it up here, coming out of turn 4. Gets a good run. He looked way early on the backstretch. Eckert tries to defend the position. They make making contact, and around goes the 90 with Johnny Eckert. Carlos is behind the scenes doing his best Bob Uecker impressions. Oh, contact here. Oh, makes a little bit of damage. That's right. Carlos realizing who Bob Uecker announces for. That's right, the Milwaukee Brewers, Mr. Baseball. Bob Uecker's still announcing. I think he only does games either in Milwaukee, yep, radio. Does the broadcast in Milwaukee, home games, and I think some Chicago series as well. I think he's well into his 80s, still rocking on the mic, still as quick-witted as ever. One of the best to ever do it. There's some always good stories with, oh, how about this? I forgot about this. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. That man had to be the smartest man ever. So he turned that $5.9 million contract into a $29.8 million contract. I believe, what did he get, like $1.5 million a year? Yeah, today's 1st of July every year. I believe that's almost running out soon. Is it 2024? Or no, it's still going out for a while? Oh, 2030 maybe is when it runs out. I heard, I was talking about this today with a buddy. I believe even the Mets now, the new owner of the Mets kind of wants to have fun with it and have Bobby Bonilla get like a big check before the games and kind of have some fun promos, have some fun with it. I believe it was a contract in the early 2000s when the Mets kind of spread their funds a little too thin. Bobby Bonilla, he figured out how to get himself pretty set on retirement. $1.5 million. 2035 is the number. of when that money will run out. So it's kind of like winning the lottery. Do you take it all in one lump sum, or you take it spread out over I believe that was a 30-year span, I think it was. Something like that, 25, 30 years. But he is a legend in the world of baseball. David Westergreen in the Cubs car there, the number 2. As right now we're trying to figure out who our legend's going to be here in the first half. So far, it's been that 00 of Blake Barney. As the pace truck dives off, we're going to go back. Green flag racing, 15 laps to go. Oh, almost having a little issues on the start. Oh, Beers. Oh! DeAngelis had enough of the 19's blocking. Did not give him the break that he did earlier when Beers threw that aggressive block. And the 19 went across the 69's nose into the wall, bringing out another caution. As you see here, DeAngelis looking low again. Beers throws the block. DeAngelis looks up high, tries to make the corner. And maybe some tempers flaring from previous block under the after the last restart. Sometimes you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Beers there, throwing some aggressive blocks, hurts him in the end. So he's fallen out of the top 5. So again, that will put Seth Rawls and Vincent Isabella into the top 5 as well. So it'll be Barney, White, Rawls, Isabella, and Capuano in 5th. Or 6th, maybe. Oh, okay, I think I have this screwed up here as well. Still scoring, still trying to figure itself out on my end. That's it. Top 10, and last car in the top 10 is that Cubs machine of David Westergreen. I think the Brewers need to scrub that off with a broom. Getting swept, the Cubs did. Losing touch. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, love it. Carlos, you're the man. I'm sure Westergreen's gonna love seeing this in a little bit. Not gonna lie, I seen that score update. I was not happy after the 7-0 first inning, and then I probably spit out whatever I was eating. It wasn't cereal, but for them to come back to win it, 7-15 was the final. But trying to put off a Brewers-like dominating performance is that 00 of Blake Barney, who's led every lap. But again, top 8 are going to invert right now. How about this? Your points leader, Riley Marbello, has worked his way up into the 8th position. So if the race were to end right now, he'd be starting on the pole for half number 2 of this patriotic 150 here at USA International Speedway. So how quickly things can change. Riley Marbello, I mean, he always has me count him out. He always finds a way to get back in there and get maybe not maximum points, but has a solid points night to round out the evening. As we are 1 lap to green, with under 10 laps to go. And we've seen how aggressive it was under that last restart between the 19 of Austin Beers and the 69 of DeAngelis. We might see more of that through the field here, as passing is a premium here tonight. We'll get the restart with 8 laps to go. Who's going to win it? Blake Barney leads them to the green flag. And they are off. And again, a good start by the 00 and the 38 this time as they pull away from the 25 of Seth Rawls. And we do have a caution right away. Not quite getting up to speed. Might have been another incident with the 27 of Monticelli. Let's take a look and see what happened to bring out this latest caution once again. Oh no. Too much beans again by the 27. It's got to lay him off. Maybe get some refried beans or something. He's trying to probably get what he can in these last laps, and the restart is the time to do it. Riley Marabella still holding on to that A spot. I believe by the time we take the green flag, it might be about a natural green-white checkered restart, or maybe 4 to go. Monticelli on the outside getting his lap back, along with the 41 of Dallas Myhan coming around the field. As we still do have 23 of the 29 cars that started this event on the lead lap. So a lot of bumping and banging yet to be decided in this one. And we're only in the first half of action here tonight in the Patriotic 150. I believe this track is no more. I think this track did get torn down years ago. Looked like kind of a fun speedway or raceway, whatever they want to call it. A track, yeah, fun track. Again, when you're new to iRacing, it's a lot of you get a lot of it in street stock. Sometimes they even put dirt on it for the sprint. Now we are coming to 5 laps to go. Ooh, there it is. I bet you everyone at home wouldn't hate that. It's $1.2 million a year. It's about 25 years. For Bobby Bonilla. Yeah, 24 years. Setting himself up pretty good. I wonder if he's got to be the biggest Mets fan out there. Yeah, Carlos is asking if he gets a ring if they win the World Series. I mean, he's on the payroll. I mean, I think he'd have to. Yeah. Steve Bartman, he botched supposedly. I wouldn't say botched. Yeah, that's not correct. But many Cubs fans thought he botched one, but he got a ring. I think you should have him come back, be a bat boy for a day or something. Bobby Bonilla. So now we're coming back. What a green-white checkered finish here. See if Blake Barney can hold him off. He's been on point on these restarts so far here tonight as they go back to green flag racing. 2 laps to go, green-white checkered. All natural, so if there's another caution, we might see another green-white checkered finish. Blake Barney able to pull away back in the pack here. See Dennis Weeks trying to work his way back up front. Battling Capuano for the 5th position. Looks like he'll get positioned to do so, but up front, coming out of turn number 2, half a lap away for Blake Barney to win half number 1 as he's dominated so far. Oh, we got Capuano around. And Blake Barney's going to cross the line to win. As Capriano, oh, heavy hit. I believe that was a 90 of Eckert as Capriano's trying to get it back going and salvage a finish here. And man alive. And how about that? Blake Barney ran his fastest lap on that last lap, so he was holding nothing back, getting that win in the first half. Kevin White Jr. second. Dennis Rawls finishes in third. Vincent Isabella worked his way up into that fourth position. Dennis Weeks fifth. How about Riley Marabello getting sixth? Robert Hill Jr. in seventh. And Westergreen, he's going to be luckier than the Chicago Cubs are. He'll be starting on the pole here for half number two as he finished eighth. And to round out that top 10, you see there Dylan Gooden. He had an up and down day, and Dustin Dewar staying out of trouble, working his way up into that top for a top 10 finish. See the rest of the running order. Austin Beers getting involved in that incident late in the race, only able to salvage a 18th place finish. Right now we have the warm up for half number two. See the rest of the finishing order. See the troubles at Myhan, Walgren, Tepe, DeAngelis, 13 laps down. Monticelli. Hopefully he can salvage a good run after spinning out twice in that last heat. Last half, I should say. So we're about 2 minutes away. Guys getting out their jitters. Warming them up for half number two. So David Westergreen again, he'll start on the pole here. And here's a guy that's hoping, you know, to give that Cubs logo maybe some good luck that they need. I would say it was about a week there that the Brewers and the Cubs were battling. It was like whenever one would lose, the other would lose. But now, Brewers on a hot streak, Cubs kind of playing cold, and the Brewers able to pull away the top of the NL Central, but more so focused here at USA International Speedway. I think the number two of David Westergreen would like nothing more to do what that 00 did in half number one and lead every one of these laps. Not only for himself, not only for the Chicago Cubs, but for America here on the Patriotic 150. And Westergreen's a guy, too, who's come so close. If you watch the Pride race at Daytona, led a majority of that race in the first half and got involved in a late incident. Myron back in the pack, hoping he can maybe pick up a win here tonight. So far in practice, only 7 cars taking lap. Blake Barney currently on top at a 21.152. You have Dustin Dewar about a 10th off in second. And Robert Hill Jr. in third. He's about 10th off of where Dewar's at a 21.434. But that doesn't matter now because we're going to grid them up. Go back racing for half number two of the Patriotic 150. Again, David Westergreen will start on point as the field's getting ready to grid up here. See if we see more fireworks that we've seen in the first half. And again, that number 2 truck has anything to say about it, he's going to want it to be like the first half and only have 1 leader this entire race. Alongside him will be Robert Hill Jr. So you have the red, white, and blue machine, or the blue, I say blue, white, and red machine of David Westergreen, USA color Cubs scheme. And he'll start alongside the Canadian machine of Robert Hill Jr. And then third will be our points leader, Riley Marabello, starting alongside Dennis Weeks. In the 5th position will be Vincent Isabella. Alongside him will be Seth Rawls. Kevin White Jr. in 7th. Blake Barney, who did win half number 1, he'll start 8th. And again, Dylan Gooden, who finished 9th that last half. And then Dustin Dewar will round out your top 10 here for half number 2. We have now 30 trucks, I believe, in this field. Starting the race. Pace truck does have its lights off up here. We're going to be going green flag racing here right away. Nope, I think we do have one more lap. As far as the pace truck lights are off, maybe that's not a thing for the starts. Might be my bad. So one more lap, and we'll turn them loose here for half number 2. And we'll see what Riley Marbello, he worked his way up. He started around, I believe, the 24th position, half number 1, worked his way up to finish in 6th. So solid top 10 for half number 1. He's going to look for more, maybe get another win in his pocket and extend on his points lead. As the man that was chasing him, Johnny Eckert, who was 2nd coming into tonight, he finished 20th that last half. But we got 75 laps of action here for you for the second half of the Patriotic 150. And coming to the green flag, David Westergreen on point. Riley Marbello tries to peek down low. Westergreen holding on, but Robert Hill Jr. gets a good run on that outside. They're going to be drag racing down the backstretch. See who leads lap number 1. It's America versus Canada, the battle we've all wanted to see. Oh, Riley Marbello goes around. Heavy contact. There's many trucks involved in this one. Man, oh man. We'll see what played out there. A lot of guys just trying to trying to get the jitters out of the way in the first lap here in the second half. Digging deep. I want to see if that 92 did get some help getting turned around there. Maybe by the 42 of Vincent Isabel. We'll see. It looks like a little break. Maybe Westergreen slowed up, but you even see like the 05 overdrive the corner there just a little bit. See a couple trucks getting involved in that one, stacking up the field. Minor damage on a lot of those machines. You've seen the 05 Hill Jr. overdrive the corner, maybe Westergreen underdriving the corner, and Marbello wasn't expecting that and just makes contact with Dennis Weeks, turning him around as well. Well, looks like look at that, he's joining the baseball fun with his Washington Nationals on the back end of that machine. So you got the hashtag Natitude. That's what you get for not having a Brewers scheme out there tonight. Or Marlins scheme, yeah. Me and Carlos, we make the rules here. Don't have a Marlins or Brewers scheme, that bad luck's gonna happen to you. And Kevin White just avoiding it being contact. Looks like Dewar just tags the back end of Weeks there as well. But again, short track racing shouldn't be too much worse for the wearer. You can see right on board of Weeks going in. This one was $1. Or it is Weeks. Okay, it is Weeks. Right here, $1. I think we got an interesting view from his point of view. Well, mid-pack in this incident. Trying to go on the outside, trying to get around a lot of traffic, and things closing up. Osborne pinches him in the wall. That might have been a bad angle to hit the wall there too. I wonder how much damage he has to his machine. It's almost the carbon copy of what we've seen on lap 1. Maybe some guys laying on a little too much rear brake in the machine. Rear end goes around. Calamity ensues. See some damage there to our Heat 1 winner, or Half 1 winner, Blake Barney, the 00. Got some contact with the wall. Still in 6th spot, and we're back to green flag racing here. Whoa. As, yeah, we at least got to do this once a half, I think, because we missed the green flag. Western Green trying to hold on to that lead. He's leaving that inside open. See if he gets a good run out of the corner. Robert Hill Jr. gets the run on that inside. Looks like he's going to try to take a pass for the lead. Western Green trying to hang on. He'll try to dive down to the second. He's going to try to do the crossover move. Nothing able to go. Oh, boy. Rawls almost gets in the back of Western Green. Western Green now getting sucked up on that outside. Losing positions is now it's going to be Cubs versus Yankees here for that 3rd position. And, oh, man. Yankees move ahead, put Vincent Isabella in the 3rd spot. But now look at this. How about Rawls getting close to that bumper of the 05 of Robert Hill Jr. Trying to make a run, see if he can get up front. This was our first lead change of the night when Hill passed Western Green for the lead. And if Rawls has anything to say about it, we'll get number 3 here shortly. It's where to come on a turn, or come into turn 3, coming to lap number 10. So field stacked up quite a bit more than they were last half. Top 5, bumper to bumper to bumper. Western Green now falling back into that 5th position. Not quite the run that he wanted to have there, but still holding on to a solid 5th place run here so far. Kevin White finishing 2nd that last half. He's going to try to work his way back up there as well. He's in the 4th position. We're looking out the back tailgate of the 05 of Robert Hill Jr., our leader. Had to do it, guys. You see how much they slow down here. They get down to around in the 80s. Let's see the top speed going down the backstretch. About 120. About 85, I think, the lowest point they got, 85, 86 miles an hour. See these awesome new graphics here for 3-wide television. That's pretty cool. I like that. Oh, and Western Green looks like he's going around, and the caution is out. As we've seen how close these guys were, I'm wondering if there's a little contact between him and Blake Barney. Or maybe it's the same thing that happened to Marvello. A little too much rear brake in the machine. I don't believe there was contact there between the 0 and the 2. Too much braking, goes around, and man, after starting on the pole, Western Green's gonna fall all the way back to the 16th position. So promising start here for Western Green. Yep, too much rear brake for that too. Goes around. I won't be too mean. I feel like I've been a little too hard on Western Green and the Cubs, but yeah, they couldn't handle they didn't get a lucky break there for the Cubs machine. Hopefully he can work his way back up and salvage a good run here, as Western Green coming into tonight was 9th in points, trying to stay in position to get into the playoffs for the 2nd year in a row. A lot of the playoff drivers so far that were from our last season, season 1, not had the best of luck so far this year. Blake Barney kind of broke the curse last half, picking up that win. Again, now having a good night, running in 5th. Ooh, excuse me. Again, your top 5 right now, Robert Hill Jr. still holding on to that lead, making the only pass for the lead so far tonight. Seth Rawls in second, Vincent Isabella third, Kevin White Jr. in fourth, and half-one winner Blake Barney running in fifth. And finishing out your top 10 in sixth is Dylan Good and Vic Bloom in that 99. He's in seventh. Eighth, Austin Beers, Gabriel Edwards. After that solid start in half number 1, he's trying to work his way back up through the field. And Johnny Eckert, number 2 in points in 10th. After not having the best of first halves, he's going to try to salvage it, especially after the spin of the 92 of Riley Marabello. Currently is 25th, 12 laps down, so it looks like he is off track. So a chance to at least stay plateau with the 92 of Riley Marabello. I believe they'll be coming to 1 lap to green here as they hit the stripe on lap 18 of 75. And yes, indeed, we are getting the 1 to go signal. Robert Hill Jr. trying to keep it being a 1 pass for the lead all night so far between the first and second half. Seth Rawls was there. They were staying pretty bunched up for that about top 6 before Western Green went around. They were about nose to tail. See if anyone has anything for that 0-5 up front. As right now its track position has been a premium so far tonight. Pace truck is going to dive off. And Hill Jr. on the patriotic 150 night. He's going to try to do it for Canada. Takes the green flag, gets a good, tries to get a good start there. Carlos was doing the England national anthem, but I think, oh, Canada. I think we need to get a sound clip of that, of Carlos singing the Canadian national anthem. As I believe it is Canada Day as well. So very fitting for Robert Hill Jr. to run, to be patriotic for his home country. Currently holding on to that lead, but Seth Rawls closing in on that back bumper of the 05. Vincent Isabella trying to do his best to stay within earshot in between the top 3 here. As this has been a pretty much a one groove racetrack. As man, I just noticed this late in the game that how about this Robert Hill Jr. not only does he have the Canadian flag on his truck, he has the Toronto Blue Jays on the back of his machine. How about that? And you see it there on his graphic. I cannot believe I just noticed that now. That's pretty awesome. So I think OSCA then you see, speaking of baseball cars, you see the Yankees truck Vincent Isabella goes into the second position. And if OSCA's not the official iRacing league of the MLB, I don't know what is. I don't know what you got to do. I don't know what we'd have to do to get a sponsorship with the MLB. I think we need to start making 05, 42 hats for the respective teams. As now Rawls is in a slide back in the third. Oh, it looks like the 52 of Gabriel Edwards got in the wall. And we do have a caution on the track. That might have involved, I think, the 52. He was running in the top 10. I seen him fall out. I believe he got into the outside wall going into turns 1 and 2. We'll see what happened to bring out this latest yellow. Incident in front. Oh, I think something happened in front of him. Might have been Edwards getting into the wall. Capiano checked up a little too much, and I believe the 2 of Western Green just making some slight contact with that 60 machine. sending him around. See here, see on the onboard of that 2 machine, the official Cubs truck of the MLB. Oh, turns around Capuano. Looked like he just had a good run going there. Capuano didn't get the best run out of the corner. I think a product of short track racing, it appeared to be there. A club mitt? A glove mitt. Oh, I didn't notice that either. So we're noticing things as we're getting involved here. Not only are the outlaw racing teams getting into the patriotic scheme, baseball scheme, we noticed the numbers. I was wondering what the brown was. That's a catcher's mitt, Carlos is telling me. Major League Baseball, we need a contract. We've been, yeah, Players Association, MLB owners. Yeah, nope, we don't, no umpires. Yep. No blue. Blue Jays, but no blue. No umpires. Don't want them involved. As getting into the theme here. Speaking of, I do know I gotta make. Don't think I forgot. I think it's the 36 of Kyle Walgren. He'll be getting a Brewers scheme, so there might be 2 Brewers trucks next time out. Sweet. So we'll have even more Brewers or baseball themed race cars out there on track. It seems like more and more every week. It's awesome to see here. And I know league owner Vic Bloom, not a sports fan, but you know, hey, I think if the MLB wants you to be the official league, iRacing league of the Major League Baseball, I'm pretty sure he'll be just saying yay baseball. He just might have a logo of a baseball on his car, on his truck. Ooh, is that the show? MLB The Show. Oh, it's a mobile app. Wow, they called that a strike. That's why we don't want umpires. Don't want the umpires getting involved in OSCA. That's why. Don't want that. As we're going to get ready to go back, green flag racing here. See if Robert Hill Jr. can hit a home run, get a win here in half number 2. As he got a little squirrely there on the restart. Able to keep it going. Now it is Blue Jays versus Yankees up front, as it's become an ALCS battle here for the lead. As Hill is trying to hold on, getting that win at Daytona a couple weeks ago. Vincent Isabella trying to break into victory lane for the first time this season. He's going to take a look on the inside going down to turn 1. He's there. See if he can complete that pass or if Hill can defend that position on the outside. Looks like Hill did so. He cleared him. He gets back around him. What a run. Hill Jr. got on its turn number 2 there to hold off Vincent Isabella, but hey, this battle ain't over yet, as Isabella's going to be trying to take a peek again. Wasn't able to do so. Now Isabella trying to look on the outside. Nope, he's going to try to do a crossover move. Maybe just gives him a bumper. Still can't quite get the lane. Going down into 3. He's trying to arc it wide to get down underneath him. Oh, Rawls does as well. He's going to slide able to save it, but he's going to lose a bunch of track position, falling from 3rd all the way back into the 8th position. Oh, and Gooden goes around, almost goes around. Wow, he's able to save it. He keeps on trucking. What a save by the 75 of Dylan Gooden. And how about this? Vic Bloom works his way up into the 5th position, and we still have the heck of a battle between Hill Jr. and Isabella for that lead. And oh, Isabella gets a little loose coming out of turn 2. But don't look now, right behind them is our half number 1 winner, Blake Barney, as Isabella. Oh! Barney almost slides. I think he's able to save it. He's going to lose a bunch of track position, falling from 3rd to 7th as he gets sideways. And there's a caution out on the racetrack again. Dallas Myhan goes around again here. Almost similar damage to what he had in half number 1. Things were heating up in the field here, all the way through the pack. As you see, I think that's Barney getting sideways. Field kind of accordions in the back. And oh, it looks like a little net coat between Hot Shoe Schumann and Dallas Myhan. He goes around, backs into the outside wall. Schumann got a little sideways. He was able to save it and continue. So we'll take another look here. Might have been a little contact between the two, either that or net coat. Kind of hard to tell from that angle. We'll check from the blimp view, see if we can get a good angle. Oh, we see Schumann off the corner, gets a little squirrely. Yeah, that was, either way, I think besides the net coat, that was probably going to end up with the two trucks coming together. I think after the 24 of Schumann slid coming out of 4, it was just kind of a bad angle going into the corner. And it's hard to keep it down right on the white line when you're coming in that low, if no fault really of his own besides that slide coming out of that previous corner. So Robert Hill Jr. still able to hold off that 42 of Vincent Isabella besides Isabella's best efforts. And man, I got to give props to the 05 of Robert Hill Jr. Isabella looked like he had him dead to rights on the inside, able to get that run. Coming on to turn 2, able to defend his position and stay in the top spot. So again, your top 5 right now on lap 40 of 75 here, half number 2. Robert Hill Jr. is your leader. Second place, Isabella. White Jr. in 3rd. Vic Bloom now up into 4th. And Seth Rawls is back in the 5th position. Got Johnny Eckert, again, who's trying to capitalize on or get as many points as he can now that Riley Marabell is out of this race. He's 2nd in points, currently 6th on the racetrack. Trying to make it the best run he can. Some cars looking to come down pit road, get some service done. We hope you're enjoying this Patriotics 150. There's been a little more fireworks in this race as there was than the first half. We've seen them kind of get spread out a little bit in the first half, but here it's been pretty tight, pretty great racing up for the lead. There's only been one lead change all night besides the invert. Blake Barney did win half number 1. Westergreen did start on the pole for half number 2. Robert Hill Jr. passed him early and he's led every lap since. But that's not without a couple drivers trying to make their save. Vincent Isabella was the latest one, trying to make that look on the inside. As we're getting close to 30 laps to go, we're trying to set up this run. See if either Hill Jr. can get his 2nd win of the season as the pace truck dives off. And we're back to green flag racing. What a great jump by the 05 of Robert Hill Jr. Vincent Isabella He's got to try to defend that second position from Kevin White Jr. He's able to do so as they go down in turn number 1. And, oh, a truck goes around. I believe that's the 99 of Vic Bloom. As the two OSCA trucks, looks like they're having troubles back-to-back cautions. He tries to whip it around. He's able to stay in the lead lap, but loses a ton of positions. Let's see what brought out this latest yellow. Looks like once again, Rawls getting a good run into the corner. Might have got in the back end of the 99 machine, sending him around. But Bloom able to stay off the wall. No damage to that 99 machine. Only damage to his heart and his track position. As he was in the top 5. He was in 4th position when he went around. See here, Rawls all over the back bumper of Vic Bloom, and right there, getting into the back of him, turning him around. What a job not to back into the fence, minimize the damage there. I believe he does have a little bit of damage on the back end of his truck, Vic Bloom, but I believe that might have either been from a previous caution or maybe even the contact between the 99 and 25. So now 30 laps to go. We're getting to that point now late in the night. Second half, we're getting in that second half of the second half. Not that we haven't seen too much of it, less than maybe one would think, but people aren't afraid to use those chrome horns so far here tonight. Robert Hill Jr. getting the lead early on again in this half, able to defend everyone off. Had a good jump on that last restart. Let's see if he can do it again, as we should be getting to 1 to green this time by. I believe we do have comments here in the YouTube chat. I'm gonna pull this up. It appears we do have at least one more lap to go to green. Maybe next time by we'll get the 1 lap to go to green. Thinking maybe next time by. Am I losing? Dylan Gooden in the YouTube chat. Am I losing? Update, yes. Dylan Gooden currently running an ace position. How about that? He's leaving comments on the YouTube channel while he's driving. And I believe we might have to have one of those, now we have 1 degree. We need to have one of those banners for the don't text and drive. Don't do what Dylan Gooden's doing. He's a professional, folks. He can get away with it. But now the pace truck's going to dive down pit road here as we come back to the green flag. As they hit the stripe, they'll hit lap 49 to 75. And once again, the 05 of Robert Hill Jr. with a good jump. He pulls away by 2 car lengths over Vincent Isabella. And everything stays tight behind him. As I believe we have another caution once again. Bonicelli once again going around. A night that he'll want to forget for sure. Now I believe that's the 3rd time he's gone around. See what happened. Oh, ooh, that time he really hit the inside wall once again. Carlos says too much beans. Say beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more, well, you get it. And oof. It's the third time tonight between both halves that Monticelli goes around. He's going to be a guy that's looking forward to go ahead and get ready for Eldora next week. Although I don't know how many guys are excited for Eldora. Can be a tricky one in itself as well. And that will be next week, next Thursday night, right here on 3Y TV. The OSCA Truck Series heading to Eldora. That should be a fun one. But we still have 23 laps to go. I believe. Did that tick down or no? Maybe 24. Maybe I spoke too soon. In this one. Still got a lot of racing to go yet. Still got some things to be had. See if Vincent Isabella does have anything for Robert Hill Jr. We see Hill Jr. getting those great restarts. Isabella can close in, but we haven't had a long enough green flag run here for Isabella to try to work his magic. So far up front, Robert Hill Jr. showing all the magic he needs to do to stay up front. Wow, we have 23 laps to go. And as of note, some of the guys that kind of worked their way back up into the top 10, Austin Beers in 7th, Brian Osborne in 9th, and David Westergreen, after starting on the pole, getting spun around earlier in this half, worked his way back up into the top 10. Hitting the line here, 22 laps to go. See if they get the 1 to go signal this time by. And it is confirmed 1 to green. Let's see if Robert Hill Jr. can get those great restarts, or did Vincent Isabella figure out his timing? Stay on that back bumper. And here we go, Pace Truck's about to dive off. There we go. Oh, and Hill Jr. gets on the gas right as the Pace Truck hits pit road. Gets a decent restart, 2 car lengths once again for the 05. And how about Kevin White Jr.? He's going to be looking on the inside of the 42. He's looking for 2nd spot. Drag race to see if Isabella can hold it like the 05 did for first earlier. Oh, and looks like we have a crash in the back, another caution, and it appears to be the 55 machine of Brandon. He's gonna need $1 to fix that machine, as he had to tow himself onto pit road. Let's see what happens coming out of turn 4. Yeah, he needs more than $1. He needs that Bonilla money. Huh. Interesting. We're confused here up in the booth. Maybe someone knows what happened there. It didn't even look like there was contact. Didn't even look like his car reacted like. Yeah, that looked like interesting. It didn't like his car got like wiggled or nothing. It just. Almost, the car oh, he did get a little loose, overcorrected into the wall, and got stuck there. Interesting. We'll see on the onboard, see exactly what happened. See, watched his hands here as he goes down in the corner. Yep, corrects it. Oh, too much, and that just snapped on him. And the interesting part is how he kind of glitched into the wall. And unfortunate enough for him, he has to tow his way back onto pit road. first glance, it almost looked like he had, like the way the truck reacted, is that he had help, but further video evidence shows otherwise. Maybe a little too much rear brake, overcorrecting, and nosed it into the outside wall. So another caution. 18 laps to go. Isabella was in danger of losing that second spot to Kevin White Jr. Got saved by the bell there. Able to hang on to see how this is going to shape out here for the last 17 laps. See if they get the 1 to go signal this time by. One more, I think, after this. Again, your top 5 is Hill, Isabella, White, Rawls, and Johnny Eckert in 5th. Again, your half number 1 winner, Blake Barney in 6th. And Dylan Gooden, he asked if he was still losing. He's still in 8th. I think that's still pretty solid. I think the way a lot of calamity that we've had so far here tonight, if you can get in the top 10, I'd hang my hat on that. I wouldn't feel too bad about that. See if we can get any more now as we are 1 lap to green. And oh, here it is. It's the grudge match, the ALCS battle for the win here in half number 2. It's the Toronto Blue Jays versus the New York Yankees. We're here in game number 7 with 15 laps to go. Who's gonna win it? The pace truck is diving down pit road. Hill Jr. hits the gas right away once again. He's going to pull away by a couple car lengths as usual on these restarts. See if Vincent Isabella can close back up, as he's been able to do so. Besides that time, White Jr. got to the inside, almost threatened Isabella to lose that second spot. Now 14 laps to go. Hill with a 0.3 of a second lead over the 42 of Vincent Isabella. Isabella trying to drive deep and see if he gets that run off. He might lose some time here. Able to close it up just a little bit, getting an under 0.3 of a second now. Oh, Isabella, I believe, made some contact with the wall there. Able to keep on trucking. Had the side-by-side. Something I'm sure the 05 of Hill Jr. wanted to see, but still sees a lot of that Yankees machine in the rearview mirror. But Kevin White right there to pounce in case this battle of the A's awry between the Blue Jays and the Yankees. And oh, Isabella gets a little loose off turn 2. It looks like, oh, he drives deep, into 3, and he's able to get sideways, hang on to it. White's going to look on the inside for second. Oh, Isabella's just out of shape right now. Contact with the 22nd, potentially out of the top 5. Barney maybe lets him in. Teammates help there. No. Gooden. It looks like Gooden almost went around, as he's able to save it. No caution, but these cars are starting to get slick. Robert Hill goes around the way back into the 7th position. Kevin White Jr. is going to inherit the lead. This is the time of night where tires are getting worn, cars are getting squirrely. And just like that, the ALCS is over. We have Kevin White Jr. in the lead with under 10 laps to go. Seth Rawls in 2nd. Johnny Eckert in 3rd. Isabella worked his way up in the back into the top 5 into 4th. Blake Barney in 5th. But man, Robert Hill Jr. from 1st to 7th. What a heartbreaker for the 05 here on Canada Day, representing his country. Did a good job for most of this half, but just getting a little loose there. with 10 to go. Blake Barney, our half one winner, worked his way into that top 5. David Westergreen in 9th, their other baseball machine out there. Oh no, an error. Insult to injury for Robert Hill Jr. He made Canada proud for most of this half. But oh, Canada, how things can change, just like a ball slipping by in the infield there. Oh, classic. I remember. Ooh. Man, look at that. we love it here up in the booth, but Robert Hill Jr. probably right now probably would like seeing that. But good. That was a good moment, good punch. A little bit of baseball history as again, baseball cards not having the best of luck here in half number 2. We had Cubs, we had Blue Jays, we had Yankees. All having trouble here tonight. I'm trying to see if Eckert has a baseball theme on the back of his truck, but we are going 1 lap to green, about a half lap going to green here. Oh, that's the Mets. He might have a Bobby Bonilla truck there. I think he might have it on the back end of that truck. But we are going back to green flag racing. We have just 2 laps to go. Can Kevin White Jr. hold on and pick up the victory here tonight in the Patriotic 150? He's got to hold off Seth Rawls and Johnny Eckert as they come around. They're going to take the white flag this time by. And here we go. Does Rawls have anything for him? Come on to turn number 2. Rawls gets a little sideways. And I think Monticelli wrecks again, but they're going to drive this one out to the checkered flag. And a battle for second. White Jr. wins. And I believe Rawls was able to hang on for second place as they were beating and banging for that second spot. Actually, now it says Eckert in second place, just nosing out. The 25 of Seth Rawls, Vincent Isabella in 4th, Blake Barney 5th, Austin Beer 6th, Robert Hill Jr. 7th, Brian Osborne in 8th. Trying to see if that does say Bobby Bonilla. I would have to say it would. Come on, a Mets fan knows what day it is. As there you see the 38 of Kevin White Jr. burning it down, picking up the win here in half number 2. He had a strong showing all night tonight, as he did finish in 5th, half number 1, first half number 2. I believe it did say Bobby Bonilla Day, something about Bobby Bonilla on the back of that number 90 truck of Johnny Eckert, just to note. So fitting. I'm sure he would have liked one spot better. As you see the Polish victory lap right now for Kevin White Jr. winning half number 2. He does have Bobby Bonilla Day and the amount of money. But it looks like we'll do some interviews as our half number 1 winner burns it down. We'll bring in, or half number 2 winner burns him down. We'll bring in half number 1 winner Blake Barney into the booth and do an interview with him. And Blake Barney, you were dominant in the second half. You were able to work your way up into the top 5, finish 5th. But it seemed like track position was pretty important here tonight. Did you think you had anything for him to try to get it pull a sweep here tonight?
Yeah, I definitely tried. You know, it was hard to pass, and we only had single file restarts, but I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, that's I think it made the racing a little bit better for a short track. double file restarts definitely would have been entertaining, but I don't think they would have worked out really well. But with the single file, it's just so hard to, get a pass on someone. You can't really restart a race, so it's just the best we could get. I got up to third and had a little contact and fell back. So
Yeah, so it's still a solid night here tonight. Does that kind of give you some momentum after, being a defending champion, having a little bit of rough go here to start off season number 2? Does that kind of build that momentum moving forward here?
yeah, I mean, I know I'm definitely good at the short tracks. I've always said that, and it shows. And I'm not too good at the intermediate tracks, but I definitely could have raced them a lot better to open this season. But I mean, I'm not also on this service as much as I was in season 1. With real race season starting, I'm only really able to get on here, for this once a week. So, it's a good run tonight. I can't complain, and it was a lot of fun too. So
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I gotta ask you, next week we head to Eldora for some dirt track racing. How many laps do you have there, and how do you think you're gonna fare out on the dirt?
I think I'll be all right. I like running dirt a lot. Dirt big block modifieds are one of my favorite cars on this service. But definitely gonna do some practice for once for that, just so I can be sharp and be ready for that. Maybe later on tonight. So yeah, it should be exciting.
Yeah, it should be a good one. But with that, I'll give the floor to you for any shoutouts you want to give.
Yeah, I just got to thank Makoni Setup Shop, ID Racing, and Big Kitty for being the greatest crew chief ever.
Awesome, awesome. Well, again, congratulations to your first half win and a solid 5th place finish to round out a pretty good points day, a much needed points day for you. And congratulations to you.
Yep, yes. Thanks, guys.
You bet. That was Blake Barney, winner of half number 1. And up next, we'll bring the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who finished 2nd, and honoring not only Germany here tonight, Bobby Bonilla, for Bobby Bonilla Day. You did the Mets proud. Bonilla, he made him proud. he made him proud. I'm mispronouncing it, but yeah, good solid run there, Johnny.
Yeah, I mean, I was not a happy camper at the end of the first race after everything that went on, getting dumped from I don't even know where I was anymore, but finishing 20th and then having to start 20th in the second race, I thought that my race was pretty much done already. But we had a good green flag run at the start of the race to get me up, and I gained quite a few spots on that, and then we just stretch of cautions, avoiding those wrecks, and somehow it seems like I was in the right place at the right time at the end of this one for once, and ends a streak of bad finishes, so that's good.
Yeah, and you kind of lost him. I mean, you're still 2nd in the points coming into tonight. You had that rough first half, finishing 20th, but a good solid. You get that solid 2nd place run, and then you had Riley, our points leader, coming into tonight, finishing in. I believe he finished back in. I don't even see him on the scoreboard. 25th.
24th. Yeah.
Or 24th, 25th.
Something like that, yeah.
And was able to salvage a pretty good points day, maybe even gained a little bit on the 92, so that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, when I saw that, I was pretty, I mean, it sucks for him, but I was thrilled about it because it seems like I've been going through an unbelievable spell of bad luck in this league, and he's just been walking away with races like uncontested for the most part. To some degree, it feels like we're balancing out the scales again, but I don't know exactly what happened. I assume that that he was involved in that first lap or first couple lap big crash, but yeah, a little bit of a points gain will definitely help. That's for sure.
Yeah, try to at least tread some water there with Riley, because he's been on a tear with good luck, good finishes, and it seems like you've shown the speed week in, week out, and finally able to again, like you said, break that bad luck streak and get the good finish that goes along with it. But next week we head somewhere different. We're hitting the dirt at Eldora. What's your confidence going into next week?
I've run well there in the past. I've had pretty decent finishes. I feel like I know how to handle myself, but yeah, it's never the same thing just being able to run well or to have the pace. You need to be able to get through the race too. And I don't know exactly what the format is next week yet. I don't know, how many, if we're having a full field of trucks or what the story is exactly, but I feel like the more trucks that show up, the more dangerous it's going to be. So it might be more of a free-for-all than anything else, but we'll see. Best I can do at that point is hopefully, get the pole, start up front, and stay up front, and try to avoid everything behind me.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a key for next week at Eldora, but it's kind of nice to see. OSCA is almost becoming the official iRacing league of Major League Baseball, and you were able to kind of propel that with Outlaw Racing. I think you had the Mets. I think Weeks had you won the baseball war when it kind of out of nowhere, when it looked like it was going to be Blue Jays and Yankees for much of that race. But every week we see more and more baseball teams out there on these trucks. I think do you think we need to work on maybe being the official iRacing league of Major League Baseball?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at this rate, it all started with 1, and then 1 became 2, 2 became 3, and then 3 became 6. So, we had 3 trucks out there. Outlaws came out with 3 trucks that had the baseball schemes. It was all a bit of a troll with D West, and at least he got a kick out of it. So. We had a good time with it. It was fitting though, because I had absolutely no plans with the Bobby Bonilla thing. I was just gonna put Mets because from New York and the Yankees. Yankees are taken. I'm more of a Mets guy anyway, but I don't really follow too much. But it just worked out with the days working together and everything. And someone was like, it's Bobby Bonilla Day. You should put that on the truck. So I spent a couple hours before and throwing pictures together, throwing a little bit of a collage, and having some fun with it. I heard the broadcast. I heard you guys you mentioned it a few times, so I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
So it was awesome, and you got to celebrate it every year. I mean, one of the smartest men in baseball getting paid for 25 years. That's a good retirement plan. But with that, I'll open the floor to you for any shout outs you want to give.
First and foremost, I have to say I am thrilled that I beat that England scheme that Isabella had. That England's coming home. I mean, that it's coming home from the Euros. No, no, no. I had a total. I did not have a good day when that game ended. It was not a good time. I am glad I brought one up for Germany on that one at least. But yeah, I want to thank my team. I apologize to Dylan. I got into him earlier in the race, and he was in a good position. It was just a tough spot to be in, and I got into him and cost him a few spots. I want to thank the rest of my team, Robert Hill, who really looked like he was going to be able to hold on until a little mistake, but great run to him. DJ, he had a day. It seemed like he was up and down all day too. But I want to thank you guys for the broadcast. Shout out to admins, all the other admins that are putting so much effort into making this show a lot more exciting and a little bit cleaner. And hopefully we keep the good streak going, and that this is actually a good streak and not just a one-off out of the smoke. But yeah, it's been a time, and hopefully we continue the good runs.
Yeah, well, again, great run here in the second half, and best of luck to you next week at Eldora.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yep, you bet. Johnny Eckert honoring Bobby Bonilla Day. And next up, we do have our second place finisher, and that is Seth Rawls in the 25 machine. Oh, he finished third. Oh yeah, third place. Sorry, Eckert finished second. Rawls finished third. Joining us a little late here is Seth Rawls. Seth, you're running second for a big chunk of the race. It looked like you might have had position to maybe make a move. It looks like you got a little loose there late in the run and had that battle with the 90. But did you think you had anything to try to pick up that win?
Yeah, I had a great truck tonight. You had some good speed. But on those single file restarts, leader has such an advantage. And kudos to Kevin for making the most of the advantage. And once you just get that jump, it's really hard to even get behind him on a track like this, where it's just single file on the bottom. So I just trying to hang on to it. I kind of overcooked it in turn 2. Almost lost it, but gathered it up and then tried to hang on to it from Johnny. But he got me on the outside. I was like, dang, got me on the outside at USA. But I'll take a P3 with the P3 in the first heat or the first race, and then P3 again in the second race, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, so it's good momentum, getting two top three podium finishes in both halves. But next week, this track was a unique one in itself for these trucks. And next week, going to Eldora, what do you think you have? Do you have shots for getting on the podium again next week?
So I don't know. I'm doing a lot of dirt racing, but I remember when Eldora was a big thing first. I got a bunch of C-Fix wins that week. And then I ran another league and I got second in that race, so I'm feeling pretty confident in it. Dallas just told me the schedule, so I was pretty hyped up for the next couple races. Like Eldora on my home track in New Hampshire, and then I can go to Watkins Glen soon, or Talladega and then Watkins Glen. So that'd be a lot of fun for a road course, and dirt track obviously Eldora. Yeah.
Should be awesome to see. But yeah, again, congratulations. 2 podium finishes here tonight. But with that, I'll open the floor to you if you want any shout outs to give.
Yeah, I'll shout out myself, I guess, SethRollsDesign.com. There you need a graphic design, paint scheme, logo, graphics, you name it. SethRollsDesign.com is your home. Also, Shift Esports launched a new program with Matthew Bayuk and Nick Delgado, who's not racing, but he does a lot of the background work with us. So check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Shift Esports. Yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for broadcasting, of course, and allow me a little interview then.
Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, again, congratulations on 2 third-place finishes tonight, and go get them next week at Eldora.
Hopefully I'll see you again.
You bet.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So that was Seth Rawls finishing 3rd tonight in both halves here tonight, but not to be outdone by the man who won half number 2, finished 2nd in half number 1. That is Kevin White Jr. And Kevin, be able to work your way up from 7th all the way up to the lead. Did you think you had, when you seen those 2 trucks ahead of you in Hill Jr. and Isabella battling it out, did you think you had anything for them until you kind of inherited that lead?
Yeah, I think I had a shot if it would have went green, and I mean, of course I came out winning, but with them 2 trucks battling and using up their tires like they did, I saved. I just was hoping that they would end up sliding up the track or something, but I was able to get to the inside of Vincent, and with Robert Hill spinning the tires off before he got loose or something, I wasn't able to inherit the lead. So if it would have kept going like it was, just caution after caution after caution, I think I would have just settled with 3rd.
So with that, I mean, because that was one thing we noticed, especially like you said, late in those runs, that you did see even not only you seen Isabella and Hill kind of getting loose off the corners. Was that a lot of it just maybe people burning up their rear tires coming out of the corners at this track here tonight?
Yeah, mainly, especially with the single file restart, spinning your tires and overheating the rear tires was a big factor. And if we got a long run, you would want to take care of the right front a lot, just so you could have that turn in and rotate better on center and off. So with that being said, yeah, I think it was actually a real big factor, and I think a lot of people should have took that more in mind than what they had in plan.
Yeah, and that's where you played it, I think, masterfully out here tonight, able to conserve and be up front, and able to get not only a win, but also that 2nd place finish in half number 1. So it's got to feel good coming in tonight, 6th in points. Should be looking at a top 5. So do you think that carries some momentum for you next week at Eldora?
For sure. Like, I mean, me myself in real life, I'm a dirt racer, so it's going right into my wheelhouse. So hopefully I can be up here talking with you guys again about another win, because it sure is fun just talking to you guys.
Heck yeah, I think we were kind of anointing ourselves the official iRacing League of the MLB, and you just kind of did the Babe Ruth calling your shot here, I think.
I mean, hopefully, I want to be right, but sometimes we all can't just have it our way. You know what I mean? Anything could happen, especially at Eldora.
Yeah, that's very true. It could be pretty crazy, but again, great run here tonight. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Flying Heroes and all they do for me. Just giving me a shot, and I just wanted to say sorry to Seth Rawls and Blake Barney. I kind of got in a little bit too hot and bumped them up the track a little bit, but I guess that's just a product of short track racing.
Yeah, I think Denny Hamlin, could almost do the mocking of Joey Logano there. It's just a product of what it is. But again, congratulations on the win tonight. Solid points night overall, first and second, and best of luck to you next week at Eldora.
Thank you, guys. And I just want to say thank you to Vic for putting on all this behind the scenes. I mean, only if you guys could hear the half of what goes on in the chatter and stuff. It gets pretty serious, but Vic keeps a level mind, level head, and is able to sort things out. And I just want to say thank you to you guys, 3YTV, Mike and Carlos. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, and again, best of luck to you next week, and go celebrate your win.
Yep, thank you.
You bet. And that was Kevin White Jr. picking up the win. And, he mentioned Vic Bloom able to keep a level head. I think he should have it trademarked. Keep your head is always one thing he does stress every week in, week out to anyone. Doesn't matter if it's in this league or anywhere else, and Vic Bloom does a good job doing that here for the OSCA Truck Series. But with that, we'll wrap up tonight's Patriotic 150. Congratulations to Blake Barney and Kevin White Jr. on their wins. And for Carlos Acostos and myself, Mike Goodman, I am fired. And Carlos is not Mexican. Have a good night. We'll see you next week at Eldora.